Welcome back, and we now have the first women's singles semifinal on the near side. Angela Guan, world team member, and she's playing against USA's first Olympic player for Rio, Jennifer Wu, playing out of New Jersey. My name is Sean O'Neill. Seated next to me is Corey Eider. Corey, this is going to be an amazing match. Angela pulled such an upset to take out the top seed, and then Jennifer knocking out defending champion Lily Zhang in 4 straight games last night.
No question, Sean. Jennifer played unbelievable against Lily yesterday, but it's going to be a completely different speed and tempo today with Angela being a defender. And Angela will be a little bit different today too, because yesterday playing a righty, playing a lefty against Lu Ying, and today playing a righty in Jennifer Wu, and Jennifer can play the backhand. Ying Lu only plays traditional panel with just the forehand.
I've just been, Corey, so impressed with Angela's, not only her retrieving ability, but her attacks have really stepped up in the last, let's say, 4 to 6 months, where she's scoring points off the forehand and putting so much more pressure from her serve, because now a loose point can be attacked a lot more effectively than it has been as she's developing her chopping.
Yeah, and before, Sean, she even added the backhand bump. Before, when people would play against her, they would almost float the return back, kind of daring her to attack it because her attack wasn't there. But now, her attack has come a lot further along. It's not great yet, but it's certainly.
So, Jennifer on the far side, definitely great hands, over the table, very fast, able to redirect. But as you said, Corey, she's not going to get a lot of opening attacks from Angela.
And Jennifer immediately going right for the Angela Guan forehand. I think you're going to see Jennifer attack Angela's wide forehand and middle forehand quite a bit.
Oh, beautiful play by Angela. Just such great patience, constantly putting the ball into spots where Jennifer really can't drive it. Jennifer fighting for the big forehand, going for that second one, but Angela bringing it back before getting in a very heavy backhand. Jennifer taking her time and then missing the backhand rip into the net. Oh, very wisely done. It was a bit of a floating no-spin chop that Jennifer took off the end of the table.
That's a nightmare ball in Vegas for attackers. People have been missing that ball all week, Sean. And Jennifer, when we saw yesterday with Ying Lu, got a little bit tired. You're not going to see that with Jennifer. She's a professional, and she trains as hard as anybody in the country, male or female.
Oh, very well played by Jennifer, really moving the ball around Angela. Even though Angela's off the table, Jennifer's still trying to send some heat-seeking missiles to her elbow. Very smart and well done. The other thing, Corey, that I noticed with Angela, it just seems her pushes have such much more importance and placement. They make sense. She's not just putting it on the table, she's putting it to locations almost like on the outside corner of the plate, not giving you anything to work with.
Yep,
look at that serve right there. I mean, it's just right into the elbow, heavy spin. If you don't loop it hard, she's going to place that next ball with heavy chop to the wide angle. Nice play by Jennifer, just really getting Angela in a tight situation, 7-all, game 1, best of 7, this women's singles semifinal here in Las Vegas at the Convention Center.
There's Sean attacking the wide forehand of Angela and then going into the middle forehand of Angela, where she doesn't defend quite as well as she does on the backhand.
Right, she's not going to have as much heavy spin reversal on the forehand, a lot more dead chops and more deep balls coming out. Again, excellent patience by Angela, continuing to bring the ball back. Jennifer had a couple of opportunities with the drop shot and then the big forehand, but just going a little bit long on this last ball, unable to convert.
Oh, barely missed that ball, Sean.
I think it missed by less than 2 inches, and you can see Jennifer feeling much more comfortable staying on the forehand side. Maybe easier to read the spin variation there. Then quickly back over to the forehand side before going for that final attack. Wow, Angela just kind of sitting the ball up there, tempting Jennifer to go for the big one.
And Sean, this is the point in the game where we've been seeing Angela add a little monkey wrench into the equation late in the game. Sometimes that's when she likes to do her backhand bump, or she comes in with the attack sometimes just to throw her opponent off. She's been doing that late in the game.
Jennifer being successful in finding that middle on the forehand side. Wonderful serve there by Jennifer. Half long that really didn't come out. Angela went for the chop and just didn't even make a sound contact on it. So Jennifer Wu takes game number 1 in this best of 7 women's singles semifinal here in Las Vegas. And again, Jennifer Wu has qualified for the 2016 Rio Olympics by winning the Pan Am Games in Toronto this past summer. Angela definitely has her sights trying to make the U.S. Olympic women's team. There's only one slot left for singles, but there is the team event that an American team like last year in London, they took the team slot through the North American zone over Canada.
Same coaches in the corners too, Sean. For Angela, her mother's coaching her, and for Jennifer being coached by Bo's son, who's her friend and sparring partner in New York. They play a lot at Xiao Yu's club, the New York table tennis club.
But I have to agree with you, Corey. No one works harder than Jennifer. Just a true professional.
She
doing
is.
everything to help prepare herself, doing extra training in China, playing internationally as much as possible.
And Jennifer's physical is really there. She puts a pretty good emphasis on her physical work outside of her table training.
And I think that showed last night in her match with Lily Zhang, who's been playing extremely well herself. So Jennifer really surprised me, coming here with a much stronger mission than I thought she might have, knowing that she is going to Rio. But I think going to Rio as a U.S. champion would be that much better.
She still has a little chip on her shoulder, like she has something to prove.
Yep, she's not satisfied. She's
No.
still hungry for sure.
I think she wants to prove that she's the strongest player in the country. And this is the place to prove it, right here at the U.S. Nationals.
Well,
you can see those chops, Sean. How yesterday I was talking about how she changed it to a corkscrew spin. She comes across the ball, and it changes the rotation of the ball. It's not just straight backspin like some of the defenders.
and Angela has really added so many dimensions to her game. Her retrieving, her ball placement, her attacks. She's really made a major step in the women's division.
Angela this game done a really good job of mixing her spins with her long pips and making Jennifer question herself a little bit. That last loop she missed, Sean, she really was indecisive.
That was a great backhand block with the long pips that Angela did. Jennifer had no difficulty taking it right off the bounce and redirecting it.
You can see the arc and spin from Jennifer's forehand. You guys got to see on the replay.
Beautiful forehand loop there by Angela.
If you watch Angela's forehand chop too, you're going to see right here how she comes around the outside of the ball. You see how she carves around the outside of it.
And that ball
Adding
breaking
some
in.
side spin too.
Great technique on the forehand loop by Angela. A nice forehand smash.
That's what I thought we were going to see a little bit of, Sean, at 9-9. But Jennifer had the serve, so Angela didn't get a chance to use her attack.
And I think, Corey, this is what you had mentioned last night when we talked about this potential matchup. That, boy, they're playing really fast right now. That Jennifer really doesn't feel as comfortable against a defensive player as she does against some of the other women who play quick off the bounce, and that it was going to be Angela that would really control the tempo and the speed of the match. Again, nice placement right into that forehand pocket.
Timeout here by Angela Guan, really wanting to solidify this game, Sean. Doesn't want to go down 0-2 to Jennifer. Maybe her mother sees something tactically she needs to do a better job of. You see a big tactical change this game from last game, Sean. Angela's doing a lot more attacking this game than she did in the previous game, and I think that's thrown Jennifer a little bit off balance.
What a nice combination there. First the heavy chop and then the dead ball return. Jennifer unable to make enough spin to bring it down. Nice change in spin on that forehand tomahawk.
I think if I were in Jennifer's corner, I would have her take that return down the line.
Again, Jennifer just living on that forehand elbow, forcing Angela to make a choice. If she's going to play a backhand, she does open up the backhand a little bit more, but just really having a tough time controlling that extreme angle into the body. Again, serving right there, and that's the opening. But this type of point is going to benefit once Angela's back and Jennifer's looping 3 or 4 the amount of spin variation and change that Angela can do. I don't think Jennifer can get the ball through her.
No,
So
and Jennifer's missed when she's went kind of hard. And like that ball, she should really go hard at. She's lifting it. Those balls that are up are the ones she should go hard, but she's lifting on those balls that are already up. She needs to go through those balls. And some of the women, one thing they don't do as well is coming around the outside of the ball and breaking the side portion of the table. They only hit through the back part of the table. Great tactical change by Angela Guan. That game adding the attack to help keep Jennifer Wu off balance. You had mentioned, Sean, that Jennifer was finding Angela Guan's elbow, and nobody knows what it's like, what that's like more than Lily Zhang. I mean, last night when Jennifer played Lily, she just ate her elbow up.
I mean, it was amazing to see Lily, who plays so strong from the middle of the table, have to deal with somebody who was 1 inch to the right every single time. And right now, Jennifer's attempting to do the exact same thing to Angela.
But Angela's mixing the spins, so Jennifer's not quite comfortable going hard at the elbow. And if she just goes soft to the elbow, it's not as difficult because she has time to kind of get herself out of the way. Jennifer really out in front of that forehand. She swung almost before the ball had bounced. And that's what Jennifer's got to try to do, is get Angela to the table, not so much hit the ball off the back end as much as try to angle the ball a little bit more so that Angela can't get in position.
That was actually a really bad choice by Angela. That ball wasn't drivable. She just went for way too much. As a chopper, you've got to not fall for those type of easy mistakes. Now that time,
that's what people used to do to Angela, Sean. They would float the ball back and just almost dare her to make the attack. And Jennifer, for her to be successful in this match, she's got to cut down the unforced errors.
great control and consistency by Angela Guan. Just really keeping the ball both low and then varying the depth of it, moving her pushes both in and out. Just see her great footwork and court coverage. Choppers really love those points off of a quick serve, just being able
She's
to...
got five, at least. It's actually 5-3, yeah. All 5 of her points so far have come off unforced errors.
Just a lot of free points
6 of them.
for Angela. Jennifer, it doesn't appear, Corey, whether she's sure whether she should be jumping on the ball or taking a lot of time and working for the point. As a chopper, Angela's not going to make any kind of unpredictable attacks right now. These balls are going to be very tough for Jennifer to get through Angela once she gets back off the table. She needs to bring her in and then try something with a little bit more power. And that's a very difficult shot to backhand loop a winner off of underspin.
Looks like Jennifer and Coach Bo Sun have made a little bit of a tactical change this game, Sean. Using a little bit more backhand opening because the curve of the ball off the backhand opening is different. So sometimes it takes the choppers a little bit of time to adjust.
Jennifer again getting her points when she can get that ball into Angela's forehand elbow area. I would think, Corey, if Angela can play a little bit wider into Jennifer's wide backhand, she would eliminate that shot completely. But playing to her forehand, it's a little bit easier for Jennifer just to drive it right there into the body in the middle.
That dead ball chop, Sean, has been a really good play here in Vegas. With the altitude, the ball doesn't really want to come down, and not giving him the underspin to use as spin has been a really good play all week.
That's
same
the
serve.
second time right on the white line, that second bounce. Normally you see a looper halfway through stopping their stroke. I've never seen a chopper have that difficulty. Again to the body. Oh, nice.
And that's the same thing I was
bump.
talking about in the previous game, Sean, where Angela later in the game has started to throw in that little monkey wrench with the backhand bump, just doing something different late in the game to give Jennifer some uneasiness.
One more serve for Angela Guan, trailing 8-9 in game 3.
She waited too long. The spin was already off the ball by the time she made that chop.
Just very little spin left, trying to get underneath it. Nets it for 2 game points for Jennifer Wu, trying to take a 2-1 lead here in game 3. Women's semifinals. Corey, it just looks like Jennifer is hesitating a little bit on that somewhat high ball, whether she should really go for it, if she should continue to keep spinning the ball.
You need to play with at least a little bit of spin in Vegas. In this altitude, it's hard to hit that ball flat.
And a lucky back edge for Jennifer Wu to go up.
What a time.
2-1.
If you could ever order a back edge, it's at 1-1-10-9, that is for sure.
Just taking her time with the loops, then going for the soft touch. Angela gets that ball back, but here comes another loop that Angela is able to return. The backhand push, a lot of spin. Didn't get flustered. She didn't toss her racket. She didn't show any type of negative emotion. She just realized, hey, that's 1 point in this grand scheme of things. I'm trailing 2-1. Time to get back into my corner and start thinking about what small or minor changes I might make in order to convert those 9-10 games from losing into winning. And right now it's been such a close match. Actually, they're tied in points right now. But on the scoreboard, from the game perspective, Jennifer's got to be feeling good.
Dead ball chop got Jennifer. There's the flat hit.
Yep.
That hasn't been going on for her this whole match, and she finally made one. Now that she's found the range, that could spell some real trouble for Angela, because that's the ball that choppers hate, when they can flat hit it because they don't have any spin to use.
And when when Angela floats up the dead ball, that's the perfect candidate. Again, nice attack by Angela Guan.
Great location.
I mean, both players have really done a masterful job of getting to the opponent's elbow, especially on the forehand side.
Oh, what
beautiful
a shot.
off the bounce. Jennifer really set that ball up, expecting a shallow ball. See, right after.
They didn't really have that shot in your day, did they, Sean? Not many people were dying to go play a backhand from the forehand
side. That's something
Nowadays,
new.
it's a mainstay.
Yeah.
Everybody has that shot now.
You just have so much more extension with your backhand over the table.
Well, and with the side spin, it helps you get to the left part of the ball to pull it.
Yeah, you just don't have to worry about them taking it back to the forehand.
Right.
like we just saw in that last one.
Yeah. For her to go for that bump, she's got to wait until Jennifer loads up a push, so that
Have
ball
something
converts to topspin.
Yeah, get it pulled down a little bit. If Jennifer's going to drive that ball, she's got to put a lot more spin on it.
Yeah.
She's almost like just at that.
She was like halfway between a spin and a smash.
Right.
She needs to, either one is fine, but you got to commit the whole way to one of those two shots.
Exactly.
I can't believe Angela attacked that ball. That ball was really low. She did a great job of getting up there and under that ball to get the ball on. That was a great shot.
It's just a whole new dimension to Angela Guan's game to be able to throw in a change of from the heavy chops to a nice topspin. I think her serve is that much more challenging as well. And when Angela's pushing, she's putting so much different spin on the ball, sometimes cutting it short, sometimes long, sometimes adding side spin, and another edge.
What a time.
By Jennifer
Down
Wu.
6-5.
I mean,
I know some coaches like to say, and I mean, I know the players have to think that they're all going to even out, right? The nets and the edges. But when you get them, I mean, when you get an edge at 10-9, the other player doesn't have a chance to get that point back. That game's gone. It's over, right? So at least this time it's at 6-5. But, man, if that ball misses, she's sitting at 7-5 instead of 6-6.
that was a great return by Angela. The ball was a little bit high, and she cut down on it. Again, those balls are just in between for Jennifer, whether she's going to loop it or smash it. And if you loop the high ones and then smash the low ones, you know you're going to be losing points.
That same serve shot has been giving her trouble all day. Yeah. That's the shot she hasn't gotten that good yet. She's tried it a bunch, but hasn't been all that successful with it. Even yesterday against Ying Lu, the backhand bump, she tried it, and she was more successful yesterday than today with it, but still it's not a shot that she really has in her arsenal yet.
Jennifer getting the better end of all the topspin counter rallies here, really having no difficulty dealing with these off the bounce pip shots from Angela Guan. And now 10-7, the chance to go up, and she's now added one more game to her lead, and now one game away of reaching her first women's singles final.
Yeah, Sean, and now I think what you're going to see is Jennifer's going to loosen up a little bit. She's got the score on her side.
She can afford to push that extra third or fourth ball.
Yeah, it's like you were talking
rushed
yesterday when she was playing Ying Lu. The difference in tension in your arm, up 3-1 versus maybe down 3-2 or even at 3-3 or 2-2.
Even 1-0 when you're down, you feel like you've got to score, which puts extra spin on the ball because you got to bring it down.
Yep, you got to play with so much margin.
And that chopper just uses that spin right against you. So I would not be surprised, Corey, if Angela maybe does a little bit more dead ball, more wide angles. I don't know if attacking is necessarily going to be the answer, because we saw what Jennifer can do with strong openings from Lily Zhang last night. But first 3 or 4 points of this game, absolutely critical to get the momentum going for Angela Guan. That is not an easy chop to do. When somebody gives you that kind of high loop without a ton of spin, you're just trying to cut it down. Jennifer Wu just taking a little bit of pace off the ball. It's now leading 2-0, game 5.
Yeah, lots of attacking right away from Jennifer. That's kind of what I thought I'd see. Being a little bit looser now, having a 3-1 cushion.
And that's the first third ball attack that we've seen tonight.
When it's been strong like that.
And I really think, Corey, that's a score-induced type of tactic.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it between the games there, because I kind of thought I'd start to see that. You can see like a much different Jennifer Wu now that she's got the score on her side.
Clearly, Angela wishes she would still have that timeout just to stop this momentum. Right now, Jennifer Wu just steamrolling.
Regardless of what happens, though, this match, Sean, I think when Angela goes back to California after a couple days, no matter what, losing's painful, but she's going to be happy with her performance here in Vegas, regardless of what happens in this match.
And taking out the #1 seed, making the Final Four.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say this match is over, but Jennifer Wu can dictate the action right now. With this type of lead, she can pick and choose a lot easier than what we've seen so far. Jennifer does continue to look like a player on the mission and still quite hungry. Look at that, getting the net ball back. That ball misses off the end of the table, and now Angela serving 1-8 here in game 5.
Shows you how big that back edge is at 1-1.
And here's another one.
On cue, right? What timing. But because the difference between a 3-2 score and a 3-1 score is huge for a defender, because the defender kind of needs the scoreboard pressure more so than the attacker.
That's a nice forehand loop off the bounce by Angela. Just really mixing it up with a nice push. Getting a push. And after that side spin block, just coming in with a strong forehand attack. Still Jennifer Wu 2 points away from moving into the finals.
Angela showing great fight. The score is actually 9-5. We're fixing the score here. Bosun calling a timeout for Jennifer Wu. Smart timeout, just settle down. Let's not do any lobbing points. Let's try to keep our nose to the grindstone here, get these 2 points and get the heck out of here and get ready for the Brooklyn Bowl tomorrow night.
Wow, Angela's continuing just to play 1 point at a time.
That chop had some zip to it. That thing really got there in a
I was
hurry.
going to say, it looked like a line drive almost.
Yeah.
Just kept it nice and low. Didn't put that much spin. Definitely had some pace.
Ooh.
And that I can say from experience, Corey, your arm gets a little bit heavier and tighter as these points get closer and closer at the end of a game. I mean, Angela's continuing to stay with her game. She's not trying any crazy shots or doing something uncharacteristic. That ball touched the net briefly.
Yeah, it's just not Angela's day, Sean. She can't get a break when she needs it. It's 3 pretty big breaks that Jennifer's got. Angela hasn't gotten any in return.
Oh,
On cue, number 4. Why not?
I mean, when that type of thing happens, can't be upset with herself. I mean, the ball ticks the net on 3 to 4 critical points in each of the games. Obviously, Jennifer fighting for every point, not giving an inch, and has played just outstanding this entire event. So we will have Jennifer Wu in the women's singles final, and the other women's singles semifinal that is yet to be played, but it'll be staggered with the men's, will be Wang Chen playing out of New York and Jiaqi Zhang playing out of Milpitas, home of the
So we've
ICC.
actually seen a little bit of a shift in the locale of where the strongest women are from. We have 3 women left. Sorry, 2 women left from the East Coast, and Jiaqi is now the only one representing the West Coast. And on the men's side, we have 1 out of the 4. We have 1 from the West Coast, 2 from the East Coast, from Texas. So he's pretty much, we'll just call him the South. So I'm going to jump out of the commentary booth, Sean, put my coach's hat on.
Well, best of luck in this upcoming match between Mark Hazinski and Alan Wong.
And either way I win, because if Mark wins, I've known Mark since I was 8 years old. And I've played him a zillion times and just a great guy. And then I get to be in the commentary booth with you for the final. And if Alan wins, I get to coach him in the national championship. How cool is that?
Awesome, awesome. Well, best of luck, Corey. Thank you so much for your great insight and help. And we will let the players and the officials reset, and we'll be right back for the first men's semifinal match.